Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous and 715 coming to you guys with a pro digital commentary. Today we're casting Navi versus M5. The excitement is hard to contain. 715, are you ready to unpause in 3, 2, 1, go. Now as you guys know, M5 has recently acquired PGG and Vigos, and they are absolutely decimating every single team they met across their path. But my question was, and it still stands, is can they handle the best in the world? And Navi can be considered as the best in the world right now, so I am really looking forward to this match.
Yes, so am I. And actually, the great thing about this, it's not even some online tournament, but it's LAN, and LAN is always even one level higher. LAN is like the real Dota compared to online games, and so yes, this is the best of the best.
And definitely, we should have a very good match. But before the match happens, I want to tell you that Navi AA here is going to be Arzart, and art style is not playing in this land, so AA is going to be taking his place. So this is not the full Navi roster, but don't get us wrong here. This is still going to be a very good lineup and very good game, even with the stand-in. So
Yes, and we actually see the first bans going on. AA being banned, which is not such a big surprise, even though M5 actually liked to use AA a lot in the Gamescom tournament, but now I think Navi also did it. I think they got A for Dandy every time they could, so like okay, and a natural decision here for M5 to ban AA, and well, Furion also not a
Furion, just a
very
Furion.
surprising ban. Yes, yes.
Yes, this is a best of 3 series for the LAN tournament. I will be casting all 3 games. However, not all 3 of them will end up on DotaCommentaries.com. I think some of the other casters might be wanting to claim the games. So if you watch this commentary on DC, and if you'd like to see my commentary of it for Game 2 and possibly Game 3, that will be on my YouTube channel. But if you're my YouTube channel viewer and you're watching this on YouTube, then more power to you. Going back to pick and ban stage, we have Weaver and Shadow Demon being banned on the Sentinel, meanwhile Spectre being banned on Scourge. I can't say too many things about these heroes, although they don't generally make it up to the ban list, especially Weaver and Spectre, at least at the Chinese games we're watching, but this is totally a different beast. Any particular thoughts? I mean, we know why they're good enough to make it to a ban list, but why are they better than some of the other heroes that we usually see them ban, like Bat Riders, for example, or Brewmother? Is it kind of just
Uh,
a team preference kind of thing, or?
I think well, Bedrider, I think we talked about it in our last commentary, if I remember correctly, that the
Yes.
Bedrider is not such a famous hero anymore in the European scene. It's more often banned in the Chinese scene, and here people don't seem to care about Bedrider anymore. I don't know why, but in this map, there's definitively. It's not that there are heroes you have to ban. You can basically we see a lot. Actually, we see every hero being given to the enemy according to your own strategy, and also, yes, that's it actually.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah, I think one of the big difference compared to this map that we're playing right now, 6.72F, compared to 6.69C, was that in 6.9C there were games that you would never see a hero being played. I think Invoker was sort of like that. Bat Rider was sort of like that. I think in this version, even some of the most banned heroes still get to be a little bit played, such as Invoker, Brewmother, Bat Rider, Ancient Apparition, things like that. So what I like about this version is we still see some of the most frequently banned hero get played, and that's kind of a nice change. But in this game, let's see if Brewmother, like what we said, is going to end up getting picked, because that is one of the most commonly picked hero in every single region of the world. But we do see a Windrunner opening and a Night Stalker being picked up. Night Stalker first picked up, and Navi is really proficient with this hero. They made this hero popular, but is it worth the first pickup? Does it limit the Sentinels picking in such a way that it's really good as a first pickup?
I think maybe they picked up the Night Stalker to prevent a Magina pick. It's also very good against Windrunner, and I think Night Stalker is one of the favorite heroes of M5. We saw them playing Night Stalker a lot, even more. Well, you can't really say even more often than Navi did, but they picked very very frequently. So I guess it's both. It's a nice counter to the Windrunner. It's good to prevent the enemy from a Magina pick, Magina, and it's a good hero you don't want to give to M5.
Okay, and sounds good to me. Of course, they pick up their Chen as well, and Chen also another hero that's been really popularized since Navi's international performance. And I believe Puppy will be playing the Chen today. And let me tell you, Navi's Chens are something special. They just make the game so aggressive. They push so hard. I think maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I remember saying something about Navi. Like they would fight you under your tower as if it's not there. And so far with the first two pick, that's what they can do. They would just dive your towers with the creeps, with the Night Stalker, and they would just kill you very easily. And interestingly, we see a Lich being picked up. Now, traditionally, I will always just say, hey, seems like Lich definitely a very strong hero, but against Chen, Lich is somewhat weak in my opinion because the Chain Frost gets bounced, all over the creeps, and they could tank up a lot of damage. And of course, the Hand of God will be a very good healing mechanism. Of course, we cannot even forget the Holy Persuasion to persuade one of your heroes back to the fountain. But here's the thing, I think maybe M5 is picking it up so that the Scourge team don't get both Chen and Lich, especially when you have the Night Stalker plus the Frost Armor running in. That might be too difficult to counter. So I think that's why they pick up the Lich, even though the Lich won't be 100% efficient compared to against the Chen. And Enigma, I guess they're just going for a little bit more team fight heavy lineup with the Lich Enigma combination. Any thoughts on the pick so far?
We also have to keep in mind Lich Enigma, the Imba deny combo.
Yes, I love that.
So I guess we see a double lane top, and Enigma and Lich will deny both a creep on the first wave, and then the lane is pretty much GG for the Sentinel, because it will be in front of the tower, and we see Broodmother being picked up. So a lot of pushing power coming out of the Sentinel. I really like the Brood pick because Brood is well, there are no supports with focus stuns yet. Like there's the Lich who only got a slow. The Enigma stun is kind of good against the Brood, but yes, but if you have a BKB, you won't have a lot of trouble with it. So actually, I like the Brood pick here because as a Brood player, I feel like it's really okay to play Brood against those three heroes. Even though Windrunner can be very annoying, it's very very okay here.
I am actually gonna disagree with you 100% here because I feel
I know Black Hole, blah blah blah. Windrunner, Shackle Shot, yes.
And the Frost Armor we have to keep in mind as well because you already have two melee salmon carries, and I feel like the Shackle Shot will be a big deal. And the Chain Frost because you're clumping up quite a bit, and the Black Hole like you said. So any other case, I would like the Brood very much so, but considering that you already have a Balnar, I'm not too sure whether it will work out 100% of the time. But this is Navi. They make random heroes, random combination work. And Balnar and Broodmother are so strong individual heroes that I have no doubt they will make it work. And Broodmother, whenever she's picked, I always say the same thing. You want to pick a lineup with the Brood so that the Brood could do her own thing by herself. And then you have 4 other heroes roam around the map. And so far, Night Stalker and the Chen.
Yes, but...
Yes.
Yeah, they are good for that. But I would... also like to say at the moment it really looks like they want to gank a lot into the lane of the Brood, so maybe we see the Brood being involved a lot more than in other games.
Yes, that definitely looks like the case, and it won't surprise me at all if Broodmother wants to go for a quick Orchid in this case, because getting that Orchid to maybe invis and shut down the Windrunner, the Chain Frost, and the Black Hole, that would be very huge vital in terms of claiming that team fight. For the bans right now, we see the Bat Rider being banned. That's quite interesting considering I think they can pick up the Bat Rider, and that wouldn't be a bad counter against the Broodmother, but they are going to pick up a Beastmaster. I will talk about that in just a bit. Puck being banned as well, Anti-Mage, and the Rasta being banned. I think Rasta is more directed toward M5 because I think M5 has been picking Rasta, definitely a very strong pushing hero, especially in combination with those Eidolons, and now the Beastmaster. So, what do you think about this?
Well, I really like what M5 is doing so far. They don't really reveal their strategy yet. They don't have picked up their carry, if they go with a carry, and well, the bans Uh, also think it was a good anti-mage ban here because earlier I talked about that anti-mage is being he will have problems against the Night Stalker, so you prevent them from picking up the anti-mage early. But that doesn't mean you can leave him in the pool in the second phase because the three heroes that are on Sentinel right now they would make such a good protection team for late game carry that you just want to ban him.
Yes. And considering that it's Scourge right now, also before that Shaker pickup doesn't have any good stuns, and against the anti-mage who could always get into that Manta style, you can't really depend on that silence forever, so that ban is somewhat logical as well. I think the Beastmaster pickup was mostly for the Hawk, also for the counter ganking. Roar gonna come off cooldown very, very quickly, so he could always TP out, TP into a lane, and we're gonna see a clockwork, so there's gonna be no carry on the M5 lineup, and that might be somewhat difficult against some two very strong semi carries of the Balinar and the Broodmother. So they're gonna rely on some early game aggression, and let's see if Navi can handle that. I think they have a hero capable of handle that. They have the Chen, which is pretty good at early. The Shaker very good against early aggression as well. So I'm somewhat worried that M5, if this game drags out to be a little bit longer, then I think Navi, just based on the picks alone, they should have a very good advantage walking into the mid to late game.
What I really like about the M5 picks though, in general I like them because there's no carry on their team. That's great to see. I expect a lot of action. But what I also like is they didn't make a common mistake that I see more low-level tier teams doing, which is not picking up proper initiation. They have so much things to start a fight. They have the Shackle Shot, they have the Enigma if he picks up a Blink Dagger, they have the Beastmaster if he picks up a Blink Dagger, and they have the Clockwork. So they make sure they have many options to get an entrance if they push a tower, even if they want to get into base when they got a big early advantage. And that's really a good thing to have, and they really need that, because if they only have like one kind of initiation, they would really it would be too easy to counter that for the Scourge, but this way it will be really hard for them not to get jumped on.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned getting into the base, and that's a lot. We see that a lot of teams have trouble. I mean, if we just look back to our previous comms here, they had a Bat Rider on Scourge, and that was the only form of initiation, and they didn't really work out towards the later stage of the game. It looks like both teams is gonna meet up his Shackle Shot. Is it gonna be the first choice? Is Shaker gonna get in position, maybe get a block off? Gonna get the Windrunner block off, and that's gonna be absolutely huge. Does she have Windrunner? That's the question. We have 3 or 4 guys coming in from the Scourge team. Windrunner in trouble. Windrunner pops a Windrunner, but it looks like Bottom is gonna be the first one to go down. Windrunner actually survived, gonna pop himself. Now in pretty good position to make it out alive. Are we gonna have a battery? Oh, this looks like they're gonna teleport out against the Night Stalker as well. And that Chen is gonna go down as well. I still don't know what. Oh, that's gonna be a rocket first against the clock, and then he's gonna be chasing a little bit, but there's not gonna be no death there. So a very good early advantage being claimed by M5. We got a kill there. I think Night Stalker might have used his self. No, he's gonna miss the block at the mid lane. At the very least.
Yeah, he was TP'd back to the base. So yes. Really good advantage. Like should be an easier mid for the Beastmaster right now. Clock even finds himself a haste rune, so he won't miss any creeps. Clock against Broodmother on bottom lane. I think that's quite okay lane for the Clock. I feel like when he's on the long lane, then he'll have huge trouble. But he picked up a Stout Shield, which is very important against the Spiderlings, and the lane is short for him, so he should actually have a decent time. I don't see him having too much trouble. Mid, of course, 2 melees with high damage against each other. It's almost the same damage if you compare it. And, well, it should be an equal lane as well, so a lot of things will be coming down to this top lane.
Yes, and I feel the top lane, I think Sentinel might have somewhat of an advantage. They could just deny over time, and the creeps would just be over the tower. We did see that really nice double deny. I think at level... No, I think Lich actually picked Nova at level 1 for that little engagement there. So they won't have that deny until he hits level 2. So if Scourge want to make something happen, they should just try to capitalize it on right now. Puppy realizes there's wards in the jungle, so he's going to take a more obscure path. And let's see if they get any done. There's a stun. Arrow is not going to be there, so the Puppy's creeps have to just turn back now. So not the most perfect avenue of initiation for the Scourge team, but let's see how it's going to be happening in the next 2 or 3 minutes. I think this lane really is going to determine how the game's going to go.
Yes, and actually I will have a close look at the bottom skill build right now. Looking when the arrow, if it will be out at level 4.
Yeah, it's not going to be out at level 4, let me tell you that.
It was there at level 1 already?
I don't know, but I bet you he's
Because it just got leap level 1.
okay.
So I guess that's why he died in the first occasion, because he picked up arrow level 1, so...
Well,
Well, be happy about that, bro. Be happy about it.
alright, back in the mid lane here, Beastmaster against the Night Stalker. Beastmaster actually has got the bottle already. I think because he got the first blood, maybe. This rune is going to be hovered by the Enigma on the bot lane. Night Stalker, he needs a couple of levels, and after he will get in that level 4, maybe level 5, he could start to spam the nuke against the Beastmaster. But even so, Beastmaster is quite tanky. He's going to have the bottle regen. I think this lane is mostly going to come down to a wash. I actually might want to say Beastmaster will have the advantage here, especially because he could push the lane with his axes and grab all those runes. So I think laning stage is coming out pretty well for M5. They have an early first blood advantage, and even like in a game where both teams are so evenly matched in terms of skill level, every little bit of advantage could mean a big difference as the game gets later and later.
Yes, I absolutely agree there, and we see Enigma picked up some sentry wards already, so we might see some ganks going on the bot lane soon against the Broodmother, but she has a permanent shield, which will really help her out. When she's getting ganked, we see sometimes even ranged mid heroes picking up a permanent shield if they get ganked a lot, and now we see the gank from Enigma coming in there.
Yes, let's see if it's gonna be happening now. I think it's gonna be a little bit of harassment attempt, unless a Goblin Techie. Goblin
Techie.
Goblin, yeah. Unless the Clockwork Goblin gets a very good cog into battery assault combo, I don't think this Broodmother is going to be going anywhere. Even so, I think she's gonna be tanky enough with that 600 HP. So both teams actually quite little passive, just a lot of physical harassment, mid lane duking out a little bit, but aside from that, not too much fatal damage being done in either case. These good warding coming from Sentinel though, they're keeping the Chen away from the ganking path. So I think what the Scourge is trying to do right now is just get their quick levels. Chen getting that quick level 6, of course the Night Stalker getting quick level and waiting for the nighttime.
Yes, and we see Dandy actually counter warding right now, so Chen will have an easier time now ganking, and it seems like that's what he's just going to do.
Yes, and that is one of the sentry ward placement. You could counter both spots, so very well done by Dandy here. To save himself one sentry ward and make his next ganking path a little bit easier. And here comes Chen right now, and let's see if they get anything on. Dandy is also in position to get a Fissure. I think they're going to focus on Lich. Lich is definitely going to be the easier target. There's the Fissure. Where's the arrow right now? We're in good position to tank the arrow. Chen creeps kind of walking in Archer position. Pot out in trouble. He actually might take a power shot. I think his salve just might get cancelled. Lich in bad position as well. There's going to be a stomp, and they are going to pick off the Lich. And let's see if Vigos, no, this is God right here. God is going to go. Arrow is going to miss. There's another good Fissure block. Windrunner have to go into another awkward position. There's a Penance just for that slow, but I think Windrunner pops that Windrun. She does also have the boost of speed, and she is going to be fine. I think Vigos actually is going to be playing the Clockwork here. Let's actually introduce a player here. We have God playing the Windrunner, Vigos on the Clockwork, Lich being played by NS, and then PGG on the Beastmaster, and Dread on that Enigma. Can you do the Scourge team, please?
Yes, we have Puppy on the Chen, Hovost on the Podem, which is not a big surprise. After his famous Gamescom Podem, we see Arsart playing the Night Stalker, Light of Heaven Broodmother, which is a kind of signature hero lately, besides to his Crystal Maiden, and we see Dandy playing the Shaker, which is not the case that often.
Yeah, not the case, but wow, Puppy gets a solo kill against Windrun and just walked in with his creeps and showing him who's the boss here. Chen already has the boots of speed picked up, and that's quite an early boot, but considering that he was jungling, that's definitely what he's going for. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, a huge push going on. Eidolon's and also in position. I think Broodmother might be, yeah, Broodmother's definitely fine right now. Actually, might get a kill with the Spiderlings, and he definitely does do so. Gets a little bit more harassed against the Clockwork there as well. So very well done by the Brood, getting a solo kill against a dual lane. That's definitely not what you expect. Night Stalker is going for that 6-minute rune. Let's see if it's going to be fighting a haste or maybe even a double damage to get a gank on the bot lane. And it is going to be a double damage, and nighttime just pop, and I think he's going to go for a Clock right now. Clock also in bad position. Here's a Cock in position. Let's see if the Broodmother is going to be coming in to get a gank off. Broodmother also sending a Spider in just for that little bit slow. One more Void, they are going to get that kill, and a Spawn Spiderling also. And kills are really going in the favor of M5, despite of the, in the favor of Navi, despite of M5's good opening. So pretty good control for Navi in the mid game or early game. I think they're going to walk into the mid game in a very, very tough position.
Yes, actually, yeah, it's true that the game is not going to Navi at the moment, but I think actually M5 is still in an okay position because at the moment, well, they're actually getting their levels on most of the heroes, and they just have the sheer mid-game based lineup. So even though I think they knew that it would sacrifice a bit power in the laning phase because they jungle that Enigma that will make their lanes, of course, weak in general. Also, they have that Lich on the top lane, so and now they're trying to make up with ganks for this kind of weak start. But I'm very very sure that this will work out.
Yeah, and we can't keep in mind that Sentinel has some of the best ganks here. As we see Beastmaster's level 6 right now. Who is he going to roar? Still no roar being casted. Right, there's the roar on the Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster is a good enough position. There's a TP just to save him as well, so he's going to be fine. Here comes the Night Stalker. Night Stalker has a very healthy mana pool. He has still one more Void in position. I think this Windrun is going to go down, so that's one more death against M5. And here we go. Night Stalker still going in. There's a very early level of a Frost Armor being picked up, and I think that might just be enough to save him right now. Lich is going to tango up. And is she gonna be fine? We have a teleport coming in from the Enigma. No, I think they're gonna just leave the Lich to die. There's where's the Fisher right now? Malphus. Fisher just put him in the wrong position, but the long hand of the Night Stalker reached across that Fisher, and it's gonna claim the kill there. But it looks like Enigma gets a solo kill against the Shaker there as well. So kills going back and forth, but it is 2-6 in favor of Navi. Windrunner has died twice, and that is proving to be somewhat important because that is going to delay that mecha. In terms of a mid-game engagement, mecha and your Django is going to be so important right now. So we see Night Stalker also heading on the bot lane. Let's see if he's going to be getting a gank against a Clockwork. Clockwork level 7 with 700 HP and a boost of speed, but Night Stalker is a totally different beast at night. Half HP is a Clockwork ready. He's trying to pop his battery assault. Is he going to even use Cog to push him away? There's that Cog. He needs to get out right now and pop his bottle charges. Night Stalker getting his mana drained. Very well done by Vigos here, staying alive. Very, very well done.
Yeah, and actually, this is really not looking too good for the Sentinel right now, even though they started to push the first tower. But ES already picked up boots, and he got, well, he picked up those sentries once, and he's carrying around the CPU skull, and he still got 300 gold. It's only minute 8, but the Earthshaker seems to have quite a good game, and the dagger is really going to be a huge problem for the Sentinel squad.
You think he actually is going to go straight dagger, or maybe stop with the arcane boots first to give his team a little bit more?
I actually expect him he will start with the arcane boots first.
Okay,
yes.
alright. And this Night Stalker, looks like he's gonna go for Urn first, and then go into a Vanguard. And I think at sooner or later he's gonna be so tanky that I'm not sure what Sentinel could deal with, because they don't really have that much raw DPS output aside from, you know, a couple of spells. They're actually very stun heavy, but the problem with this lineup is like you keep the Night Stalker stunned, but I don't think they could kill him actually. So unless he's, you know, running in 1v5. So I think that eventually will be a problem for Sentinel, but that's a little bit far off to be worried about. Beastmaster actually has picked up a level in Aura, so that's somewhat interesting. Any reason why he's actually done this?
I'm not too sure about that. I was actually going to ask you why he might have done this, but well, it's pretty good with the pig. Like it works really. It works out really well. It makes your pig really a lot more annoying when it got like more attack speed. It's hard to walk away from the pig. But now we see Beastmaster dying to that Sulfur from the bottom shackle shot, shackling the Night Stalker, but that's not going to be enough. That Enigma is absolutely dead, and yes, 3-8.
3-8, and M5 having trouble against Navi's aggression. And like what we said earlier, that Night Stalker will be just diving. He doesn't really care that he's diving into 3 or 4. Hand of God always in position. And Dandy playing a very beautiful Shaker. A lot of times we see Shaker just falling behind. And he hasn't really been in the lane, really, you know, to grab all that EXP. He hasn't really been in the lane to last hit. He actually been buying Sentry Wards to help out his team as well. It looks like we have a dive on the mid lane here against the Clockwork. Clockwork might be in position. The Roar should be a cooling down in just a couple of seconds, but I think the Night Stalker, because of his raw movement speed, is going to be fine. He's actually going to run right back and going for the Lich. Lich at half HP already. Are we going to have the Roar? We really need the Roar right now. Roar is not going to be up as he gets a solo kill against the Lich, and he actually might just run away, earn up, and then just come back and maybe even go for another kill. He's going to earn up. There's a Rocket just to cancel Earn, and there's going to be a Malphus and a Roar being casted just on him. But Arzart right now playing absolutely beautifully with that Night Stalker. His first night very successful. What is his score? 3-1-3, and that's really all you could ask for. And the night's not over yet, so he could come back and do a little bit more work as well.
Well, actually, the night is over.
Well, I mean,
when he will be back.
Come on,
but
he will have his ult. Don't trip.
Yeah, sure, he will have his ult because he's level 10 already. Wait, Let me check. Is he? No, he's level 9, so he
Well,
probably
actually,
doesn't have assault.
you don't pick your O up until 9 or 10. Is that your
No,
the most?
didn't we talk? Didn't we talk about that already?
No, we didn't.
Like you pick up. Oh, then I talked about it with Nebula, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know. Like no, you pick up Void and passive all the time, and you maybe get an early level of silence.
Oh yeah,
but just
we
maybe.
did talk about that. Yes. Sorry, my
Yes.
bad. But
Okay.
here we go. The bot push is happening, and here is where the Beastmaster aura is going to be effective. So I think they had that kind of early aggression pushing in mind. But here we go. Night Stalker kind of in an awkward position. Maybe, no, I don't think they're going to try to make anything happen. This tower is definitely going to go to. Actually, God has picked it up, so that's pretty good in terms of helping out in terms of his farm. Shaker's just going to get TP back. Maybe he wanted to walk in and then get TP back. I'm not too sure what that was about, but Shaker needs to come back in.
He had no mana.
Okay, no mana. All right. Looks like the Scourge Sentinel team still going to persist with this push, and they're actually putting quite a bit of pressure. It is going to be a little bit difficult for the Scourge to defend because Sentinel has so much vision. They always have the clock hook in, especially with this bird. The problem with this bird is because he has picked up the aura. It's the smaller bird, so the sight range is a lot smaller. So that's why I was a little bit surprised when he picked up the aura, because it really delays your bird. Here's the access just to harass a little bit more. But this is giving Havos a lot of time on the top lane to farm up quite a bit. They really need to push down this tower very quickly, or they're gonna, maybe even lose their top tower. Or even if they push down this tower, it's not gonna be worth it in terms of all the time they invest in this tower push. So let's see if no, I think they're gonna be backing off, and I think that's a lot of. Oh no, they're gonna be staying. So, by right now, juking left and right. The Centaur creep, just non-stop harassment trying to defend this tower. There's a storm right now, but that tower finally is going to be going down. Let's see if the Scourge team is going to be initiating. There's a board being taken over. Night Stalker is going to lead the charge, going to focus on the Enigma. There's a silence right now. Chain Frost is going to be casted, and the Roar on him as well. And they might actually bring down the Night Stalker. Night Stalker, very low HP. There's a TP in from the bottom. He does have a haste rune in his bottom. No, he just used it right now. And it looks like they are going to pick off a couple of M5 guys, and Potom leading the charge for his team after the Night Stalker has down. He's doing actually quite a bit of damage. Starfall should be cooling down relatively soon, and he's going to pop it right now. Oh, great Shackle shot. They're going to focus on Potom, but great Fisher block, trapping all of them inside. Potom still in position. He gets TP out, and that is the Navi Chen we're talking about right now. Looks like God has gone down once again, and these heroes are half HP. Here comes Night Stalker out of nowhere, and they're going to get a complete team wipe against the Sentinel lineup. Sentinel in huge trouble. Here comes the Lich. They are going to get one kill against the Night Stalker, and the TP, it's a little bit too late now. Chen might be in out of position, as we see Lich still chasing very aggressively. He has one more Nova left in him. He's casting it right now, but there's a magic wand. There's a rocket, though, just to do a little bit more damage. They are going to pick off the Chen as well, trying to juke that Axis, and I think he's baiting right now. There's a teleportation coming in from the Scourge. That's a Bruma. They're going to break the web and go for the Lich. Lich is going to go down. Looks like Potom also doing quite a bit of work. I think he actually picked off. Yes, the Lich has gone down as well. This team fight still not over yet. Brewmother could still chase. I think that's gonna be it. Whew! After that team fight, it's 7-14. I think Scourge came out with a huge advantage there, as Potom picked up quite a bit of kill. Night Stalker got a couple kills as well, and all they lost was their Lich and Chen. I think this is really looking pretty good for the Scourge lineup.
Yes, even though Sentinel is still leading with 2 towers, and I don't see where they're going late game.
Yes.
So
I don't.
that seems to be the problem here, and yes, so I used sweating hard because you were just like, whoo.
Yeah, man, I was sweating hard as we see Beastmaster coming out on top lane. Beastmaster has actually picked up a Arcane Boots. That's a sign that they want to get something early happen, and I think the Scourge Ward has actually scouted at the Beastmaster coming up. So Potom going back for a little bit more mana, and maybe they're going to engage top. Now, it is a good time for the Sentinel now to push, because I think the ult for the Night Stalker was just used, and it's stay time right now. They are going to claim this tower for free. And the reasons, even though you said the Sentinel is up by 3 tower now, the problem is there was a long engagement on the bot lane. The Sentinel wanted that second tier tower so badly. They used a lot of time, they used a lot of investment, but not only did they not get the tower, they lost a couple of extra heroes more than they wanted to. So really, they are playing on the back foot of things, but if anyone could turn this around, it is this ganking lineup of M5, it being led by Vigos. Vigos still haven't been really ganking. I guess he can't really poke in his head too far because he is up against quite a bit of nukes, so he's got to be very, very careful about about his ganking pattern. So far, 0 ganks being done by Vigas. A little bit uncharacteristic. As we see a huge team fight going on the top lane here. We see PGG going down immediately and God going down as well. So these small skirmishes actually really going in favor of Navi. I think Navi could actually claim their mid tower as well. And M5 not looking too healthy right now.
Yes, I agree with Lee that they should eat more healthy food, I guess.
They need to eat more healthy. Dude. What does M5 need to do right now in terms of maybe coming back into this game?
Well, we see actually. Well, they should stop dying solo just as the Enigma is doing it. Oh no, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. Arrow is gonna whiff.
Yes. Oh yeah, he's killing. Yes. They actually. They have to turn around exactly what is happening right now, and we see again going on and maybe Bismarck's TPing and Lichal being dropped on the next side, but he's just going to be TP'd out. Oh, that's so annoying to play against a Chen who's doing that all the time.
Yep, and he's doing it such well timed as well. Here comes those stomps. What a nice micro by Puppy here. In vengeance, these guys are gonna stun and take out one of the centaurs. But I think the Scourge team is absolutely fine with that. They have a Night Stalker now full back in HP. Artificial Night is still up, but I think yes, this after the Artificial Night runs out, I think Sentinel will be claiming yet another tower, or at least they will try to. And right now, I think that's all they really can do. They need to limit the fact that they're dying so much, but the fact that they're claiming towers, that's kind of what they have in advantage in the game. They are only down 1 tower in the mid lane, but meanwhile they claim 3 already. So in terms of income, they are leading in that, but they're also losing a couple kills. They're constantly being down by half the kills compared to Navi, so they need to ward up. They have to make their ganking choice a lot smarter, maybe get a couple of smokes and go for more smarter ganks. But
yes, that's exactly what they have to do. Especially map control is a big part of that, and they have to see that they either prepare good counter ganks when they get ganked, like when they are a group of 2 and get ganked by a group of 3, things like that. That they have to make them stop happening, or they have to do it that way that they suddenly can turn into a group of 4 people with Clockwork maybe and Enigma waiting behind. And well, so they either should try to counter gang and use the aggression of Navi for themselves, or they should well, just deliver better ganks themselves.
yeah, and I think they are going for somewhat of a gank and early aggression kind of lineup. We see a 4-staff being picked up. There's a 4-staff on the Crow, and it's going to be a 4-staff on a Beastmaster. I love this. I love that. You guys know my uncanny love for Beastmaster, and this is going to allow him to basically force himself in and roar, and that's going to give yet another form of initiation to the Sentinel like you were talking about earlier. The reason that I really like the 4-staff a little bit better compared to the dagger is that once your dagger gets cancelled, if you get hit, you're done, right? But the 4-staff is kind of a different story. Of course, it's not going to be as versatile as the initiation as a blink dagger, but there's a defensive component to that as well. But yes, they are somewhat aggressive with their item picked up. We do see the Enigma picking up a Mecha and the Vitality Booster, and that might seem like somewhat of a defensive item set, but they could use those items to go offensively because Mecha gives you such a burst heal, and that's going to be so important to the AoE damage of the Scourge lineup. Let me see if the Scourge team has a Mecha. I'm sure they do. Actually, they don't right now, so this will be a very good time for them to make something happen, especially before the Broodmother picks up his BK or her BKB. They need to either go for a Roche attempt or go for a big mid push and maybe catch off someone on guard. It looks like they're going to be a little bit split up right now. I actually like to see if this Lich will cast his Frost Armor a little bit more frequently, because it's always a good idea to keep your entire team Frost up, especially if it's such low mana cost. It's basically free, considering that you do have the Dark Ritual as well. I think this is going to be a little bit of tower trade going in mid lane, or maybe Sentinel baiting for a push. Yeah, they were trying to bait out a couple heroes. Looks like the bait is not being fallen for. I think this is going to end up as a tower trade, as we see the entire Scourge team pushing the top tower. Meanwhile, Beastmaster and the Clockwork pushing the mid tower. Looks like we have a lot of teleportation coming in, and we're going to have a team fight going to be happening very, very soon. Or unless I think the Navi team maybe, yeah, they're going to just back it up right now. This tower might have just been lost. Tower is very low. There's a roar and a hook in for that Night Stalker, but I think Night Stalker eventually is going to get TP out. No, they're going to just leave the Night Stalker out to be dry. And oh, he's very low. There's a Chain Frost being used on him as well. That's many ults being just used on the Night Stalker. Night Stalker actually could maybe buyback. Does he have the buyback go? No, he doesn't. Is this a high ground attempt? No, I think that's going to be a poured out 40 Sentinel, and that should be the end of it. So a lot of ults being used, and you know, they are going to go for the high ground. They're going to try to damage this tower as much as they can. They definitely won't get the racks right now, but this is a very bold attempt from M5, and this might just turn the game around. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, and we see actually, which is really interesting, that they TP'd out the clock and we're still going for the high ground. But we see Potom with a Manta at minute 21 coming in here, so that's a very fat Potom with about 100 creeps, 95 and 6 to 1. So that Potom might be really a problem in the late game. But for now, I think even though she picked up the Manta, the damage is not too high. So I don't think it's that much of a problem for the Sentinel right now. But well, they are still always still. We see Arrow coming in, but just hitting a creep. Vigos is no, actually, I think he's going to be fine, even though if there's a Fisher casted.
Yeah, I think
Oh, but the creep's blocking him.
Yeah, Creep's doing an extra block. A slow is going to be Night Stalker in position. And wow, there's a Shaker dropping his ult as well. They really want this Clockwork deck. I think Enigma is just a smarter choice for the backup right now. But we have Teleportation Sword all coming in. Is there going to be Cog just casted? There's a Silence and a Fisher on top of that Enigma. Enigma also got to be careful. Chain Frost is down. You got to keep on use it against one hero. Meanwhile, we have Lich being stunned by those creeps as well. I think that might be the end of the engagement. Here comes Potom. And the Brew coming in. He does have the BKB. And this is the time for the Scourge to fight. They are going to pick off the tower. This Brood is, this Lich is going to sacrifice his life as well. I was kind of trying to run out. Enigma also in a very awkward position. No teleport scroll, and I think the Scourge team will know this. Yeah, they are going to find Enigma as well. Enigma trying to break the trees with that what is that, Midnight Post? There's
Malefice.
no Midnight Post, sir. And now we have the Beastmaster.
Yes, right.
He forced Enigma out, so he doesn't have a Force Staff himself, and he's gonna get picked off. And I actually think this is gonna be a bot tier 2 tower, and maybe even the high ground. This is looking really, really bad for the Scourge team right now.
Yes, actually, I feel the same. It's not looking good for the Scourge, but I'm surprised by the fact that they're able to damage the tower so hard. When they push, they always manage to get a lot of damage onto the tower. So I can't really say how they managed to do it. This, like, it's sometimes just taking out a single hero before, or they harass a single hero, so he will need to go back to base. And I don't know, like the Scourge, the Sentinel keeps surprising me more and more. So maybe we will see some racks being claimed soon. I don't know.
I think the one of the reasons why they were so successful in terms of claiming, you know, or easy towers or easy racks or easy, yeah, not Raxus yet, but the base tower was brought down to quite a bit of HP. I think that's because Night Stalker can't really run in as we saw in that last game. If he even gets near, he's going to get roar. He's going to eat every single ult in the book. But now with the Broodmother picking that BKB, sure, she's going to still tank the roar as we see a Haste Rune being claimed by the Vigos, and Vigos going to try to get the kill against the clock. There's a TP out from the Shaker. Shaker's fine. There's ooh, that was very close, but he dodged it just fine. Very good awareness by the Lich to drop down that sentry, but it just unfortunately was not enough. Let's see, we're gonna have Night Stalker running in. Night Stalker is gonna be going in. He needs to focus on the Lich. Lich is the easier target and the more important target right now. I think that's going to be fine. Broodmother also in position right now. Bot lane, he does have the BKB, so she should be fine as well. There's a roar. There's a roar on the bottom. They need to focus on the bottom. Chain Frost being dropped on as well. TP out from the bottom, and he is not going to make it out alive. Even use the Manta style as well. And this is the time for them to make something happen. Broodmother also in position. Night Stalker just waiting uphill to get something done. Lich needs to TP out, but after dropping her Chain Frost, that's going to be fine. They're going to try to focus on Enigma. There's a Black Hole just against the Broodmother. They don't do enough damage, though. That is a problem that we were talking about earlier. Broodmother tanks the entire. Wow, there's a Blink Dagger coming in from the... Ooh, what a good Shadow Shot against the Shaker. Can they focus on the Shaker? They don't have enough DPS output, and that is a problem of the Sentinel 9. They have too many cutesy items of like double Force Staff, which I really like, but at the end of the day, they just don't do enough DPS, and even with having those long duration stun of the Black Hole, of the BKB, it's just not enough. Not enough to pierce through the Night Stalker's high amount of HP, not enough to pierce through Broodmother's BKB, and it is already a trouble, and it's going to be a bigger trouble, especially if the Broodmother claims the Aegis right now. It's just too much HP to go through.
Yes, we see really N5 having so big problems in this fight, and I think a reason for that is that the Windrunner doesn't have enough items yet. Like, she has a Force Staff and the face boots, and that's all she got. Like, only level 11. So I felt like they should have put a bit more emphasis on the top lane. Maybe in the early game we saw Lich going to mid sometimes. So maybe they should have helped out the Windrunner more.
Yeah, definitely okay. Well, actually they had a Lich there, so I'm a little bit surprised that the lane was so like. It
Yeah,
was one.
but he just walked away,
Yeah.
like Luminous support. Just, oh, you're fine. I gotta go gank.
No, man. He was absolutely. What are you talking about? He actually was on the top lane. He got ganked a couple of times. Lich did, so maybe that was the issue there. And I think a lot of it was Puppey. Like, I think Puppey was all over this game. A lot of the kills should have been claimed by M5. Wasn't, because those really clutch TPs. I think Shaker was TP out a couple of times, and they're just utilizing that holy persuasion nonstop. Like, hey, I just need a quick trip home to get my mana, and they could TP right back to join another fight. So that's just really important. Looks like we have a very aggressive smoke gank, and let's see if they can find the Hawk. Is going to be scouting overhead, and they are going to see a Night Stalker. Are they going to go on the Night Stalker? This question. They are going to go to Chen. They're going to go to right of the source of the pop, and there's a Moonlight Shadow, but Sentry Ward being dropped right now. Sentry stomping nonstop. Nigma is stunned right now, so he can't do too much. They just don't have enough DPS output. There's a Chain Frost just being dropped, and they are going to pick off the Chen, and that is going to be a very good avenue if they want to go into the mid lane, or maybe even go for Rex. Actually, Vigos being trapped by 3 heroes. He's going to be in a huge position, as Potom actually going to do some actually pretty healthy DPS to him as well. We have a teleport in from the Broodmother, and that's going to be a start of a team fight as we see the Slope being casted. And where's the BKB from the Brood? Not going to use it just right now. They're going to focus on the Windrunner. Windrunner going to go down. Force Staff and the Windrunner not enough to save him. Broodmother working against Clockwork. Clockwork goes down as well. And usually the run and gun kind of a playstyle of M5 not going to work against Navi, as we see Navi kind of outclassing M5 pretty hard right now.
Yes, I agree. And the kill count is 11 to 24. So I expected the game to go totally the other way around. Like, we would see M5 doing a lot of early aggression, and maybe Navi would turn around it in the late game or in the later stages. But I don't know. Navi's just all over this. Like,
Navi too
they
good.
have really good. Yeah, they have really good wards. Like, they have wards all the time. They know when the fights are happening. They rarely get picked off alone. Like, we saw the Chen getting caught kind of alone, but then there was the fight still turned out to be so good for the Scourge, and I think this is exactly what makes the difference here. Both teams are playing to trying to play aggressive, but Navi is doing this a lot better because they don't lose many heroes in the process, while the Sentinel does. They lose many heroes because of those mistakes in the movement overall of the map. They're being caught off alone so often.
Yeah, and whenever Navi does lose hero, like you said, they get a couple more in return. They lost a Chen, but it was fine because they got a couple more. And it's going to be slowly more and more difficult for this lineup for the Sentinel lineup to make it work, because the Sentinel lineup really depends on getting fat through the kills, because Clockwork not going to be any sort of late game. The Windrunner needs so much farm to be a late game. She definitely needs a quick hex, and we're going to see this Clockwork going to get caught alone again. Here comes the blink in, here comes the arrow as well, and again, that's kind of the thing. We see M5 getting caught so alone. Actually, this Potom very aggressive with that leap. He needs to get TP out right now. There's a Black Hole and a Chain Frost, and that's the fight they're looking for. Can they get any done? That Black Hole ends. Blink Dagger comes in from Dandy, getting 2 or 3. Broodmother in position to slow absolutely everyone down. Windrunner somehow makes it alive. No, it's going to take a Void, and that's going to be it as well, as we see a 2-to-1 engagement. Potom actually being quite aggressive with that leap, and they're going to pick off Vigos as well. I think Vigos might be okay. Does have 13 charges on the one, but no, we have Night Stalker on point to pick him off as well. And there's another good Fisher. Dandy's Shaker play is just so beautiful this game.
Yes.
Just so beautiful.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we see Shaker just initiating in a little bit too aggressively and gets picked off before he gets a pretty good ult, but he hasn't whiffed any single ult. Those Fisher traps are always on point. And it's a beautiful Shaker play, and that's another thing that the Sentinel has to worry about. And I really don't think Sentinel could win right now.
Yes, almost as good as a Royce Shaker play. And actually, yesterday we talked about a Singaporean, and I just remembered what kind of players they actually have. They have Roy, they have Koi, they have Hi, they have Sharky. That's all Singaporean.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Ice,
hey,
Tofu,
what's
very good shit.
Yes.
And now they're gonna try to make something happen. For M5, I mean, we definitely know they're a very smart player. They're gonna try to go on this Night Stalker. It's not gonna happen. Like, they might get him very low, but this Chen is gonna be pesky indeed. Gonna pop a mecha and pop a heal on him. Yeah. What are you gonna do, right? This thing is just so annoying that I think we might see that nerf in the coming patch. Cause
yes, I expected, like, it wasn't. Maybe it will be put back
on to test the faith.
Like, yes, to be on the nuke on the same Yes, well, it was on the King spell before, and now it actually got moved to the what do we call that?
The Holy Persuasion.
Holy Persuasion.
Yeah,
Yes.
the reason why it wasn't as broken before, because Chen had to make a choice. You either play offensively and use that nuke, or you're gonna save it and use it on your teammate. And if you save it, and like, yeah, your DPS output actually drops for quite a bit. But
I have to say though, I would like to see another kind of nerf. Maybe that heroes that are actually stunned or silenced, that they can't get teleported back.
maybe that's gonna be the case as well. And finally, we're gonna see one pick off against the yes, and that's exactly what they need to do. Trying to find Navi, sometimes being caught off, and looks like the Navi's not gonna get anything in return with that Shaker kill. I think what Sentinel is trying to do right now is gonna go for the high ground, but that will be a very dangerous move indeed, because they have 30 seconds to get this push, but I think that's just enough time with that glyph to get the tower defended. They might even lose the tower, but we're gonna see Dendi coming back with a huge ult, and that's gonna turn the team fight around. I think that the smarter choice for them maybe was gonna go for the Roshan team fight. That would have been a very long time for the Shaker to come back, and a little bit more travel distance as well. But it looks like they're gonna go for the high ground attempt. Let's see if they can make this happen. I mean, this is probably their best choice, best chance to get a Rax right now. But no, they're gonna just teeter back and forth. They're gonna just claim the base tower, and that's gonna be it. I think the smarter choice was to go for the Roshan.
Well, maybe are they still trying to go for the Roche? No, they're just retreating there.
Yes.
3 people. Yes. So the problem for them really is at the moment that Brute will be just so strong in the team fights. Having picked up the butterfly, I don't see how they're going to kill her. So the Aegis makes it even worse for them. But I think we won't see a dead Brute anyway. I don't think the Brute will even lose the Aegis, except she goes like really crazy, and she will just rape the whole Sentinel team right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Scourge. Sentinel could cut the Aegis, and I totally forgot that Brute had it. So my bad. I was smoking. So that was totally smart decision by M5, just claim tower and back off. Okay, my bad. As we see Vigos being picked off once again. Oh, there's the Fisher that whiffs. But yeah, okay. Dendi, the first mistake in this game. But no big deal. Still very beautiful Shaker play. But now we have the Night Stalker running in against Enigma. Is he gonna get initiated off by the silence, or he's gonna say invis and maybe catch off a more important target? Maybe the Lich before he drops his Chain Frost. But we see Medallion and the Force Staff right now on the Beastmaster, scouted completely by the Night Stalker. Here we go. This team fight is
Night Stalker is just being a bitch, standing in front of Vigor, so that he, if you hook, he will just hit the end with Night Stalker. I really like that. That would have been cool actually, but apparently Sentinel didn't decide to initiate it, which is the correct decision for them, because they know they won't get anything accomplished in a real fight.
Yeah, I think that they need some bigger items. They definitely need a Hex on the Windrunner. Not gonna find it anytime soon. There's a BKB finish on Enigma, which can be a little bit game breaking. If you get a very good Midnight Pulse into a perfect BKBO, that is going to do some AoE damage. But the thing is, at the end of the day, they still need a lot more damage. Medallion Courage is going to help out. But, I mean, like we said, we have the Butterfly complete on the Broodmother. That's 30% evasion. The bottom going to her own Butterfly. And once those big items finish, we're going to see the Scourge team going to just look for the game-ending push. And I don't think that will be enough time for the Windrunner to get any kind of real damage, especially for this Beastmaster to get some kind of damage. You think maybe it'll be a smarter choice, let's say, if the Sentinel farmed that for a couple of Necro Books? Or you think that item wouldn't really make a difference?
I don't think that's the right investment here. Because I don't think the Necro Books would help them to go anywhere. I think what they just need is really, they need to get their heroes tanky, and they need to get a way of good damage output on their heroes, which is not a Necro Book.
Yeah, well, Necro Book gives you pretty nice strength. And I mean, Mana Burn, Blue Minion, pretty good against the Shaker. Oh, I mean,
the damage is too low.
Too low.
Like,
okay.
It won't. It's
yeah.
I feel like they really need damage on their heroes, at least on some of them.
They do have, I mean, let's say if they picked up a Vlad's in combination with the Beastmaster, that wouldn't be bad. But Beastmaster surprising us with this unorthodox item build, and looks like it's not going to work out this game. The Sentinel is now farming S5, realizing they can't get picked off, but Vigos still working a little bit outside of his teammates' range. And I really, all I have to say about this game, if we're going to go into maybe a pre-endgame analysis, is really M5 just got picked off too many times solo. Like, and then it's
Yes,
really
especially in the early stage.
Yeah,
It
especially
became better, but yes.
and I think they could really afford to play more solo against lower tier teams because maybe the lower tier teams would not be as aggressive with those pickups, but not against Navi. Navi's too good. Like
Yes.
they will capitalize on
They-
every single one of your mistakes and
Yeah, they are just incredibly good organized because if there's someone being ganked solo, there are always people to back him up. Like actually, they don't get out any solo ganks on Navi because it's the way they organize, like their, I don't know, the movement over the map. It's just perfect. It's really perfect against such a gank heavy lineup.
it looks like they're gonna pick off a nice bird with the arrow and they're gonna claim the Aegis. And this is the time for the Sentinels fight. They have very good lineup to jack the Aegis. They have the hook in, and they have of course the Chain Frost, and the Enigma could basically walk in. But Night Stalker gonna be in position to kind of stop anything. He is so tank right now. He could just do this. He's gonna go straight for Vigos. Vigos actually have Ghost Scepter. It looks like they're gonna have a Roshan Jack. There's a Chain Frost being bounced in. Roar being used on the Broodmother. I believe they're gonna try to pick off the Broodmother. Not gonna happen. Chain Frost still bouncing around, and that Black Hole gets just the Broodmother. But again, no DPS output. And looks like the entire Sentinel lineup is gonna be claimed. Shaco Shot gets a bottom, but that's again they have the stuns, but no damage. As we see the entire Sentinel lineup being claimed off left and right. This is a huge chasing team fight, and yeah, they're gonna claim the Clockwork as well. I think we saw a buyback from the Beastmaster, but
Buyback from Beastmaster.
that is just a ways to go because that's not gonna accomplish anything as well. We're gonna see they're gonna go back to the Roshan. No, the Roshan was also picked off by the Broodmother, I assume. And yep, Broodmother has the Aegis, has a Demon Edge as well, and this is gonna be the mid racks, the bot racks, and the game as well.
You sound a bit disappointed, my friend.
I am fairly disappointed because it's Vigos, it's PGG. They should, I mean this team in theory should be at least giving Navi a challenge. But to me, this is not. This is child play for Navi right now. This is so easy. 13 to 31, Broodmother, 38 minutes, Butterfly, double Aegis, BKB, Demon Edge, Potom farmed as heck. Potom actually not as farm as he usually is because he's leaping in like an absolute champ. But this is really easy for Navi, and I was hoping M5 would give a bigger challenge, but looks like that's not going to be the case.
Yes, and we see actually yes again doing a great out there, getting picked off by God though, but wow, Russian flaming going on in their chat. I don't know.
Really? Yeah, Russian flaming. We have pro translators on YouTube, so no problem.
Yeah. Oh yes. Did you actually read about that CB thing?
I did.
Oh, I will use that in in-houses sometimes. Just going like CB.
Hey man, a DC in-house, a friendly community. Please don't flame. Okay.
All right. There's no flaming going on in our
yeah,
in-houses.
none at all. Okay, looks like the mid racks is gonna be claimed there as well. I think Navi is gonna just.
Arrow. Wow, that was close. Saw that arrow on the Windrunner.
Yes, you're always somehow a couple seconds ahead of me, but yeah,
It's,
no big deal. Broodmother claiming the bot tower as well. Chen is, I think if you play against Navi, you have to play on Chen. You just have to because
yes, I agree.
that hero is ridiculous. And here we go. They're gonna Chain Frost bouncing pretty good, but Clockwork might be in trouble. Clockwork has Ghost Scepter, has Blade Mail, and Broodmother is just going in like crazy. And he's gonna be dead, but he has his Aegis. He's gonna have BKB. I think BKB is still on cooldown though, as we see the Cog whiffing it there. And now it's just some last minute kills here and there. Let's just go into the end game now, because there's not going to be too much game changing thing happening. I don't see Sentinel coming back. No way in hell. So any particular, I mean, we talked about how M5 was really being out of position. The laning actually didn't go as well as they expected. But aside from that, anything else that maybe Navi could have improved on or play better to maybe make this game a little bit more even?
You mean that M5 could have done
yes,
better,
yes,
right?
sorry, M5.
Okay. Well, I think I don't know. It's really hard to tell what they could have done better. Maybe the Beastmaster started ganking at about level 8, and he's being stuck right now. Nice use of force step there before.
No problem.
I don't know. I really think that Beastmaster could have started ganging when he hit level 6, because at minute 6, Windrunner and Lich have been level 4 on the top lane, and he turned level 6 at around minute 6, so maybe he should have TP'd there by then and delivered a gank or so. That would have made the top lane significantly easier. And well, the down lane, they didn't really care about the Brood, which was okay because she didn't push any towers, but well, the Brood still got all those items, and if you look at the inventory right now, MKB, Butterfly, BKB and Treads, that's quite a lot for 41 minutes, so yeah, overall it's just, I think it's mostly what we said. They needed an early advantage and they were not getting it.
Yep.
So
and that's the issue. If you have Clock and Windrunner, they depend on those kills. So unfortunately, we're not gonna see any Vegas rape this game, but this is a best of 3 series, and we will be casting game 2, and that again will be up on my YouTube channel. So
yes. Maybe more vodka for PGG, and then this works.
It's like, hold up, let's get a vodka shot, and game 2 they're gonna be
PGG vodka, BKB
back,
favorite,
be owning it up, releasing some replays. You know what I'm saying? And okay.
Oh yeah, wow, that could actually be that PGG was like drunk and then he sent that replay somewhere.
No.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Potom getting crits. I like this build. I mean, we don't ever see enough crits. But yeah, this is a strong DPS build. I like that.
That's like I don't know. Like Potom crits is like my favorite build if you play as a carry. Like Manta crits, because
yeah,
you
get the attack speed. Your illusion gets the crits. I mean, if you're level 21 like he is right now, look at the damage. It's actually really ridiculous.
Yes.
But it looks like Navi's gonna take it slow. They're gonna have everything, and this is signature Navi Chen move. Getting the Axe Stick on their holding net. I've never seen any other pro team did this on a consistent basis. But I think Chen or Navi, like for whatever reason, if Navi don't completely rape the team fight in 2 seconds, their team fights usually end up being very drawn out. And when you have a drawn out team fight, you can actually take advantage of that double Hand of God, which heals for a F ton. And of course, at the meantime, he's gonna be TPing out people back to base. He's gonna be saving with his ult, and then it's gonna be annoying. And you're not gonna kill him because he's tanked as heck. He's got 1800 HP. He's got Axe 6. He's got 1920 armor. He's got a mecha heal. And I mean, this is a beautiful Chen play. I don't think the only thing that Scourge did wrong, and if you can even say wrong, was Dendi whiffing a Fissure. That's it. These guys are playing absolutely beautiful this game, and it's always nice to see perfect Dota being played. We don't ever see that, or we don't see that quite often, but it's nice to see.
Well, perfect Dota actually consists of two sides. Like
yes.
We still lack the perfect Dota for the Sentinel here, and we see Enigma going in there, dropping a one-man out on the Broodmother, and she doesn't even care.
Nope, don't care. There's a roar on the Broodmother. So Brood brought down to half HP. Range was bouncing, but Brood. Okay. The Invis actually canceled the fatal blow of the Brood, and now here we go. Are we gonna see Hovo some fountain farming? Now they're gonna just stick it to the program, which is gonna claim the racks, maybe back off. They need to. Wow, what a dodge! And the shackle shot, well done there as well, and that's gonna be the top racks as well. M5 still not actually GGing out. I'm a little bit surprised there, and but it's gonna be the game.
Yes. I guess we're done.
We're done.
Viewers game.
Viewers game.
We didn't talk about it this commentary.
Yeah, no. 715 always so good in talking about that viewers game. And on top of that.
Yes. So viewers game.
Viewers game.
Which day of September?
It's the 24th of September. This Saturday. And hope everyone show up. I think this is gonna be actually one of our biggest viewers game turned out, because
yeah,
Mr. 715.
I already see like how we have to split you guys. Like, okay, some guys can play with Lumi, some guys can play with Nebula, and some guys can play with Hobbs or something like that.
And definitely, I'm sure.
Is Iron going to be there actually?
Yes. I will not be playing with Nebula. I love the guy, but and I think he's a decent Dota player. But for whatever reason, when we play Dota together, we never win, ever. So I don't know.
I have the same issue. While we see Vigos going in just to kill that annoying Chen, so much hate
Can he?
on Puppy right
Can
now.
he?
There it goes.
Oh, Chet. Yeah, he is gonna go down. But yeah, now I guess keep people just kind of digging around as we see this Potem just doing so much damage. His illusions do so much damage, and actually that might just be it. They are gonna keep going. Actually, is this some sort of we're gonna kill as much as you guys, and then we're gonna just like leave. No, Knife Hand says F that. I'm right here, guys. Don't trip. Gets a double kill with the Nightcog. And going for that Beastmaster is the next target. Yep. All right, back to viewers game.
So-
Don't play with Nebula.
Yes, I have the same issue. Nebula on my team and I lose. I don't know why. It's not that he feeds, but
No, sometimes it is.
sometimes. Rarely. Come on, man! I'm afraid he's so big. Like, is Nebula big actually? I don't know what is like.
Big as in
I don't know.
a big guy or big as in fat? What are you talking about?
No, big as in tall.
No, I don't. I think he's like 5'7", 5'8". I don't know, but he's not that tall. I think.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Then I don't
Good-
need
good
to be that
trivia.
afraid. So Nebula just feed it.
Nebula feeder. Okay, viewers game. This is game 1. Game 2 will be casted and posted up very soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and we will be bringing you guys more commentary as well. That's it from us. GG guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.